Hi guys! Today I will be drawing Todoroki, Shoto Todoroki, and two other chibis. They look so goofy. I drew Senju and Yeonwoo from Virtual Strangers. To be honest, I feel a little weird drawing Shoto because I, My Hero Academia just ended, and a lot of people are sad about it. I am too, but I just feel like it's a little funny. I'm like sad and commenting. Oh my goodness! Like it's the end of the era, but I haven't even finished season 5. I think I watched one episode, and it's just so funny. I only watched the first 4 seasons, and like I know what happened like at the end, but I don't know how anything happened. I don't know what happened in the war. I just know what happens to Deku at the end. And it's so sad. And I feel like I just have this big problem of I'll start shows or I'll start, stories or whatever, but I'll just never finish them, and they're so hard to finish for me. I just can't. I For example, I guess I'll if I start a show, if I don't like finish it and binge it in like the first day, I won't finish it. And it's so bad because there's so many good shows that I want to finish, but I just don't want to finish them at the same time because like I didn't binge them, and it's just there's like so many good shows. For example, like My Hero Academia. If I could have binged it when I used to watch it, like years ago, then I probably would have finished it. But I never did end up finishing it because all the seasons weren't out, and after I guess not watching it for one day, I just got sick and tired of it. Like, and recently, I say recently though, this was about a year ago. I watched I think it was season 5, episode something. I was watching it with my two of my siblings, and I it really wasn't that interesting. Maybe it wasn't interesting because I didn't really know what was happening. But I think the main reason it wasn't interesting is just because, I got sick and tired of it because I didn't watch it for such a long time. And that happens to me for multiple series, especially for series I read. I'm obsessed with binging series, like binge reading series. But the second I stop binge reading just for like one day, I get sick and tired of it. And it's honestly such a bad thing because then I never end up finishing things, and it really is sad. But enough about that. I guess I'll talk about how I wonder. I don't necessarily know how to explain it. I'm I kind of just like throw colors like on top of the sketch. For example, you can see I'm changing I think that's the waterline. I'm just, you know, the sketch of it's black. I just change it to red, the color I want. I just color over the sketch. And I know that's such a bad example. I don't know how to explain myself, how I color or render. Um, I do kind of want to make a tutorial for it, but I just have no clue how to explain half the things I do. Like, can I just say, "Ooh, I just put lipsticks on his lips." Like that's how I render lips. Like I can't just say that because that's not helpful at all. But one thing that does help me when I sketch, as you can see, I try to like sketch out the shadows too. So when I do go to rendering, I can just color in the sketch lines, the guidelines like I'm doing now for the white half of the face. Occasionally, I do have a little bit of trouble rendering the nose. I just can't stand drawing noses in general because occasionally it'll be fun, but every time I struggle with the anatomy and like I guess where the shadows are supposed to go, I know I should probably practice drawing my noses so I can like improve, but I don't want to because like it's hard. I was drawing a nose earlier today though. I was drawing some like onion guy, and it actually looked quite good, and I was so proud because like I didn't have to like take 10 years was struggling on a nose. Like, it came out good the first time. One thing I do love about drawing noses is the nose highlight, I guess. I love drawing shiny noses, and you can definitely see that. When I look through my old art and my old sketchbooks, I love to draw like clown noses, I guess. The nose would be so red, and then there'll be like this big white highlight. And I love doing that. I loved making shiny noses, shiny red noses, because I just thought they were so beautiful. Recently, I posted a video, a short of me gouaching, or not gouaching. I don't think that's the right term, but of me painting with gouache. And I, one of the comments said I should probably use better paper, and I know they're 100% white, and I do have like watercolor paper, but I just don't want to use it for some reason. Like my, I've always gouached. I've been gouaching for a long time, but I always use my sketchbook paper, and it always turns out so bad. But for some reason, I just can't start using watercolor paper, and maybe that's because I don't have a lot of watercolor paper, and I'm scared to use it. But I feel like next time I gouache, I do plan on using watercolor paper. I want to gouache soon, like maybe even today, because I won't be able to gouache the next 3 days because it is currently it is the 23rd, I think, and I only have like the 24th and 25th, which is Christmas, to gouache. I don't want to gouache on Christmas, so like the only day I'll have to gouache is the 24th because today I have to do something. I have to get something done, and then after Christmas, I'll actually won't even be home. So I'm not bringing gouache anywhere. I'm not, because I use Himi gouache. I really don't want the paint to get mixed up and then the colors start looking weird. And I also don't want to bring it because I have a whole bunch of siblings. And I know if they get a hold of my gouache, it'll be all over. And then like I'll get in so much trouble if they like paint on the walls or paint on the floor. I probably have to like pay for that or something. I don't know. I just don't want to do it. And oh. Here I'm doing the hair highlights. I recently started doing this. I'll get like I'll get a very saturated but light color, and I'll just use that to highlight instead of white. I think it looks so much better than my usual stuff. Usually I just try not to highlight at all because I don't know how to do it, but this method actually looks so good. It looks way better than my usual try to highlight attempts. I just draw a rim using my highlight color. Then I smudge the bottom, erase the top, and then I just, change the opacity until I have something to my liking. Here I'm working on the eyes. I absolutely can't stand rendering eyes. They're like the bane of my existence. Rendering eyes to me are just so hard, so I always leave them last in a drawing. I just don't like rendering eyes at all. Rendering and coloring pupils are so hard, and I don't understand how people are good at making their eyeballs, the pupils, not the pupils, the irises actually look good, because they always look so ugly for me. I just don't like them. I was also struggling to like figure out what was Todoroki's eye color. I feel like I should know his eye color, but for some reason I just kept flip-flopping in between blues because I just didn't know what blue was his eye color. And it probably would have been easy if I just pulled out a picture. I guess I wasn't thinking that far though, you know. Also, do you guys have any art revolutions or resolutions for the new year? I my revolution's quite easy, quite plain. I just want to draw my sketchbook more. Recently, I've just fallen into such a bad habit of not drawing in my sketchbook, and whenever I do, I just laze out of it, so I'm really hoping to draw more. But here is the finished product of Todoroki and the two lovely guys in the back. I can't get over how goofy they look. But thank you for watching, I guess. And here's the time lapse too. Um it was fun making this video. This is like my first draw with me, so it was honestly more yapping about random stuff than my drawing process. I'm not sure if that was correct or not, but thank you for watching. Bye.